All right, we are back with another Prize Picks video. Doing this one a little bit earlier in the day, or I guess a lot earlier in the day. The only reason I do it later in the day is just so I have the whole board to work with when I give you guys these picks. For instance, like Julius Randle's rebounds isn't there, Miles Turner's rebounds isn't there. Just two things that I wanted to touch on today, but just not on the board just yet. But we're going to be talking over, a lot of value. Going to give you guys 6 picks today. And if you're new, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Leave a like on the video and comment down below. But let's jump right into the board. Actually, before we do that, want to go over the video picks from yesterday. Like a solid day yesterday, but kind of a frustrating one for me. I didn't hit like a 6 for 6, didn't hit a 5 for 5. A lot of close calls. For the video picks, we ended up going with Herb Jones. That was a pretty easy money one. He had done it in 9 of his last 10 games. And with no Zion and no Brandon Ingram, got a lot of run, ended up getting the 2 blocks. Oscar Thompson's just continues to be a cash cow for PrizePicks. His points and rebounds line is just easy money. Jakob Poeltl, kind of same thing. A little bit closer there for us, but he looked really good even in the first half. And then Maxey, I almost talked myself out of taking him in the video picks, but again, he had been one of those guys that hit that very easily in each of these games. Just didn't get there this time, but that was kind of just riding the momentum. Keldon Johnson, I guess he's going to be kind of inconsistent with the new look Spurs. He was definitely someone that we could go to each and every time last year, knowing he was going to score 20 plus points or so. But Wembanyama went off as the Spurs kind of were killing the Suns, and then made it kind of closer in the end. But I think they came back and tied it up after being down like 25 or something. But then the Spurs pulled away again, and there's a lot. Victor Wembanyama, 38 points, crazy. And then I think he had 38 points. He might have had more. And then Tobias Harris was easy money. He looked really good even in the first quarter. So 4 for 6. Kind of got out of that 50-50 slump that we were in for 2 or 3 videos. But hopefully this is a sign we're going in the right direction, and that looming 6 for 6 is definitely coming. But even just looking at my plays, I might even be the same exact play that I just played it twice. This was one I missed by 0.5. This one I hit, I guess, because Mark Hill didn't play. This was the Monday night or the Thursday night football video picks I gave. 2 great picks, and then George Pickens just disappears, -1 yards, insane. These were the positive EV plays I gave out. But yeah, just a whole bunch of just near misses for me. But let's jump into the board and get you guys some picks for today. First up, I'm gonna be talking about Brook Lopez. Gonna get a few guys from each of these games, I think. Or just a whole 3 different games or something like that. But 1 guy from each team. Lopez, I'm going to go to his 15.5 points and rebounds line. And I will open up his page in a second to show you why. Points and rebounds. Let's go open up his page. Brook Lopez. Got to get off that specific game. Lopez. Let's go to points and rebounds. There we go. So he's hit it, and this is head-to-head, but 2023 so far, he's hit it in 3 of the 4 games. Last game was a game that they got blown out, a game we actually bet on Brook Lopez, and again, he looked solid, but only ended up getting 16 minutes in that game. Going up against a Knicks squad that I'm pretty sure usually plays decent minutes, 30, 34, 32 minutes. With Mitchell Robinson down there and Julius Randle, you're going to need some big bodies, so even Isaiah Hartenstein, if he's playing well, another big body. So Lopez should get a lot of run today. A team he likes to play, these are the head-to-heads. He's hit it in the last 3 matchups they've played. These were all last season, earliest one back in January. But 2 teams that look, obviously Dame's in town now, but Lopez's role hasn't changed much, as well as like Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. So should be pretty similar to last year. And he's looked solid in the game so far this year. We know he can, hit those threes, score 15 points and get over this line just like that. But it can also definitely gobble up some rebounds. Not the biggest rebounder as such a big guy, but he can definitely grab, 7 like he's done here, or in these games even got 11 back in October of last year. So liking Brook Lopez today is the first play. We're going over on all of our plays today. Julius Randle is going to be our second play here. Another guy that, again, I kind of talked about him, doesn't have a rebounds line just yet. Probably would go, oh no, it just popped up. This wasn't here a second ago. I might just go to his rebounds line at 8.5. I was also looking as I will be playing this as well, but also looking at his 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Maybe I'll just go with that because I was initially going to go with that. But love this rebounds line as well if you don't think he's going to be scoring. I just think he has to break out of this slump at some point. Hasn't scored more than 17 points just yet, or I guess 19 points just yet. A guy that averaged like 23 points a game last year. Should be scoring the ball. Just 6 points against Cleveland, just wild to me. So, his 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists is something that I'm curious about, just because I know he can dime the ball a little bit. Guy that can, near get a triple-double sometimes. He definitely has gotten a few in his career. And then his 8.5 rebounds line is really what I liked initially. So, yeah, something I really like there. Maybe I'll just go to the rebounds, but I'll definitely be playing this as I think he's got to break out of that scoring slump at some point. But yeah, so liking him there at 8.5 rebounds. I will open up his page kind of to show you the analysis on this real quick. Julius Randle. So head-to-head, yeah, someone who plays really well. This is rebounds and assists from last year. If we go to just rebounds, he's gone over in 5 of 7. So honestly, I was looking at his page, and the rebounds and assists line was something I was looked at earlier. That's why it's popping up here. But that's kind of why I pivoted to his points, rebounds, and assists, just because I think he can score the ball. Doesn't, have all too much scoring potential against this team. If we go to just his points, you can see he's under in 4 of 7 games. So kind of a toss-up there. So maybe his rebounds and assist line, it might be the way to go. And just not liking like the plus money on that. But yeah, Randle I think is definitely in a good spot to have it over. Whether it comes in his rebounds and assist line, whether it comes in his his rebounds line is said to be seen. But he's been rebounding the ball like crazy. He's done it, 5 of 7 games against Milwaukee. So that's what we're going with. Julius Randle, 8.5 rebounds. Next up, Kyle Kuzma. 8.5 rebounds and assists. Let's go find that for him. 8.5 rebounds and assists. I'll go show you why. He's been doing it, similar to all these picks. Head-to-head looks good as well as this year. We finally have like 5 games under our belt or so that we have at least some history for this year to be basing stuff off of. But always got to use your, knowledge of the game as well. Going up against a Miami team, they give up the 5th least amount of rebounds. But for Kyle Kuzma, again, this is playing with Porzingis, not the biggest rebounder, and Gafford last year. In 2021, obviously, different scenery there. But a guy that can definitely rip down some boards. Again, I'd be curious to see who the leading rebounder is on that team, because I know Gafford isn't a big rebounder either. Washington Wizards player stats. Let's see what we got here. Let's just go here. I'm curious here. It might be Kuz. It's definitely, this is last year. Can we get this year? So we just saw Porzingis was the rebounder last year. Gafford. It is Gafford, but just so slightly. It is Kuzma after that. Looks like Kuzma's only playing 28 minutes, probably because of some blowouts. But yeah, I'm liking Kuz in this 8.5 spot. He's done it against this team, a decent amount. And then this isn't rebound. This is rebounds and assists. So far this year, he's gone over that rebounds and assist line 3 of 4 games, and then 5 of 7 games last year. So I'm liking Kuz minus 130 on those odds as well. So that will be the next one. Let's go to our 4th pick real quick, Jaylen Williams. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so I'm going to definitely attack J-Dub. 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists, just going all out here. We can see he has done this one game this year, but we go look at our advanced stats tool over here at Fantasy Labs. Not sponsored or anything; it's a free tool. You can definitely check it out. It's really nice to be able to see how players play when someone's off the court or on the court. So without Shai, we see that J-Dub scores 21.4 or 21.45 points, gets about 4.7 rebounds and 5.5 assists. A little bit easier to see the differential stats here. We see that J-Dub scoring 7 more points than usual, getting 2.2 more assists and about the same amount of rebounds. And then extending that in the research into outlier here. If we go grab J-Dub real quick, we can actually visually see the games without Shai tonight. So we got minus 109 odds. that's not the best in the world. Going up against Golden State too. So nothing crazy in terms of matchup, unless Gary Payton Jr. is on him, which you probably see him a little bit. But let's go to games last year. Let's go to points, rebounds, assists, and let's go to without Shea. 9 out of 11 games he's gone over this, and a lot of these games were much over this, especially the games ending last year. So really, really liking Shea or J-Dub in this spot. He's definitely the guy that gets the biggest usage rate with no Shea, so should see him score and see a bunch of time tonight. 29.5 points, rebounds, assists. Next up, staying in the same game, we're just going to go to Steph. I'm going to go to his points, rebounds, assists as well. Definitely can impact the game, getting some assists tonight. With CP3 now on the team, you never know about that. Can definitely grab some rebounds, but he's also a guy that can cross this line just with the points alone if he really goes off. I think he's had 2 40 pieces already this year, but let's open up his page just to get the stats on the page. So let's go to his points, rebounds, assists. 38.5. It is minus 110, so a little slightly favored to go over here. Has gone over, let's see, 2023, he's gone over this line in 2 of 5 games. Those were the 2 games that he dropped 40. So really maybe we're just looking at his points here now that I'm looking a little bit farther into it. But head-to-head, a team that he definitely likes to play a decent amount. 3 of the 6 games he's gone over this line as well. So really liking that spot for him. I think initially I was looking maybe at his rebounds and assists, just because he's done it in all 6 of his matchups, 6 of the matchups against OKC. But obviously no Shea here, and he's been able to definitely get the boards, definitely get the rebounds, even with CP3 on the team. So another thing that I like is the rebounds and assists. But I'm just going to go to his points, rebounds, assists. I think he, potentially has this big scoring outbursts. And if he gets those rebounds and assists like we think he does as well, that's just another boost. So kind of hedging a few different things here for Steph now for 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then next up, we're going to go to finish off is going to be DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. Rebounds and assists is at 9.5. I like this spot just because another reason he's done it in a lot of these games so far this year. And then his head-to-head's looking really good as well. Let's just open up his page real quick and check out what he's done. Where we got 9.5 rebounds and assists. So we're going over here. Oh, no, sorry, we're going under here. Our first under. Yep, going under here. Minus 117 on the under. Has, in the head-to-head, 6 to 7 games, he's been under this. A team that did not change much in the offseason. And then it's 2023 so far this year. The only game he's done it is his last game where he had 7 assists. That's something we don't typically see. Vucevic grabs a lot of these rebounds, and going up against a Brooklyn team that's least. I think they give up the least amount of rebounds per game. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, Brooklyn, least amount of rebounds per game so far this year. So versatile team down there, Brooklyn. Claxton, I'm sure, grabbing a lot of those as well. But yeah, liking him in this spot. But yeah, that's going to be the last pick. So DeMar DeRozan at 9.5 rebounds assists. I will, if you're just like listening to this and trying to get your picks in before the game, I will try to just like recap him real quick. Brook Lopez, 15.5 points and rebounds over. Liking him in that spot against New York. Definitely some big bodies there, so we should have to play a lot of time. And all these picks are good head-to-head matchups, and as well as good so far this year. Julius Randle at 8.5 rebounds. We talked about him potentially having a scoring outburst tonight, and looking at his points, rebounds, assists. But for this video pick, we're just going to go for 8.5 boards. Kyle Kuzma, 8.5 rebounds and assists, kind of the double whammy there. And then J-Dub, 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Golden State with no Shea, liking him in that spot. On the other side of the court there in that same game, Steph Curry, 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Liking him in that spot just because he potentially could go off today, but his rebounds and assist line looks good as well. I just don't know the CP3 effect and if Draymond's going to play and things like that. So definitely liking him in that spot. And then DeMar DeRozan. Sorry, we're only our under for the day is going to be DeMar. Only did it in this most recent game, but 7 assists is something we don't see very often from him. So liking those 6 picks, that will do it for this video. Again, got it out earlier. Let me know if that's something you guys want. Just, again, look for Miles Turner's rebounds if that line pops up. It's something else I liked. But just don't have the full board when you do it this early is my only thing. But it definitely gives you guys a little bit more time to be able to get these picks in earlier if that's when you're looking. So that'll do it. A little bit of a longer one again today, so sorry about that. But hopefully make some money tonight, and peace out.